By grade 11 and 12, most learners struggle to solve these types of questions, so let me show you how to solve them in a simple way. So in the question we are given that if tan of theta is equals to negative 2 over 3, and we have that sine of theta is greater than 0, calculate by using a sketch the value of cos theta and multiply by sine theta. So the first thing you need to do is to draw your cast diagram. So in the cast diagram, we know that on the first quadrant, all trig ratios are positive. On the second quadrant, only sine is positive. On the third quadrant, only tan is positive. And on the fourth quadrant, only cos is positive. In the question, we are told that tan of theta is equals to negative 2 over 3. So we know that we need to look for a quadrant where tan is positive. But for that quadrant, sine also needs to be positive. You can see that the only quadrant where tan is negative while sine is positive is the second quadrant. So our sketch will be located in that quadrant. So I'll just make a rough sketch right now. So we know that our tan of theta is equals to the opposite side divided by our adjacent side. Our opposite side, the side that's opposite to our theta, is this one. And we can see that the y-axis is positive on this side. So this will be just positive 2, which means that our adjacent side will be negative 3 because it's located on the negative x-axis. This completes our diagram. Next, we'll simply need to find the hypotenuse. To find the value of the hypotenuse, we'll use Pythagoras theorem. We know that r squared is equals to x squared plus y squared. And the reason for this is just Pythagoras. This is equals to our x squared is negative 3 plus our y squared, which is 2 squared. So we'll have that it's negative 3 squared, which is just 9, plus 2 squared, which is just 4. This will give us 13, which means that our r will just be equals to the square root of 13. For those who are confused how I sketched our diagram, here's a little explanation. We know that in the question we are given that our tan of theta is equals to negative 2 over 3. However, from trigonometry, we know that our tangent is equals to the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. So I simply match these values that we have here to this statement that I've just written down. So I just looked at the quadrants and I can see that the y part is positive and the x part is negative, which is why I said here it's positive 2 and it's negative 3 here, which gives us our negative 2 over 3. So we know that the value of the hypotenuse is simply root 13. Finding cos theta multiplied by sine theta is really simple now, because we know that our cos of theta is equals to x over r, which is just the adjacent side, which is negative 3, divided by our hypotenuse, which is root 13, and our sine of theta is equals to the opposite side, which is 2, divided by our hypotenuse, which is root 13. So we'll simply have that it's negative 3 times 2, which is equals to negative 6, divided by 13. This gives us our final answer.